All right. Good morning from Osaka Station. I'm on the wrong platform, but I'm trying to find the ticket gate so I can go buy a ticket on a train called Thunderbird. Thunderbird is a JR Limited Express train that links Osaka and Kyoto with the Hokuriku region of Japan, which includes the cities of Fukui and Kanazawa and several hot springs resorts. It also passes along the western edge of Lake Biwa, whose importance I'll talk about when we get there. My ride today is taking me 268 kilometers, or 166 miles, from Osaka to Kanazawa in Ishikawa Prefecture. It's scheduled to take 2 hours and 38 minutes. I don't understand. Anyway, buy tickets to the Thunderbird and then I'll explain what it is. I noticed some other trains were running behind this morning, and I wondered if it would affect mine, which was all academic until I actually got my tickets. I fought through the morning crowds and finally found the ticket office 1,000 miles away on the other side of the station. Thus it ever is in Osaka Station. All right, look what I found, the ticket office. Hi, すいません。今日はサンダーバード金沢駅まで次のありますか？はい、お一人、はい、指定席ですか？指定席。はい、片道ですか？ One way. One way, yes. 琵琶湖見えるの席ありますか？あ、そうですか。調べますね。はい。もともと隣が席ない席でもいいですか？右側で。はい。先行ですか？はい。7790円です。ありがとうございます。はい、ありがとう。Okay, got the ticket, got a reserved seat. Here we go. I have 10 minutes to find my platform. There are lots of Thunderbirds leaving each day. This morning, mine, number 13, appeared to be on time. すみません。これとだし巻きサンド。だし巻きサンド。袋どうしましょう。結構です。だしで。はい。ありがとう。はい、ありがとうございます。Here it is, the Thunderbird. 3 hours to Kanazawa, a place I don't think I've ever been. Never been to Kanazawa before. But I'm not really going to Kanazawa, I'm just riding this train. I do not see my car. And so, with 3 minutes until departure, I wandered platform 11, looking for car number 4 and seat 12D on Thunderbird number 13 with my one brain cell. We pulled out of Osaka Station right on time and headed north, first towards Kyoto and then Lake Biwa and beyond. The scenery being less than beautiful at first, I turned my attention to the rather amazing seat situation. When I bought the ticket, I told her I wanted a seat where I could see out the window to Lake Biwa. And I thought she said, okay, and do you want a seat where there's nobody sitting next to you? So I said, well, yeah, of course. What she actually said was, do you want the seat that there is no seat next to you? I got, this whole car is double, 2 and 2 seats, the whole thing. But for some reason, I got this seat all to myself. But check this out. 2 trays all to myself. Now, speaking of trays, let's take a tour of this seat to see what else we have. By the way, thank you to everybody who's subscribing to my free email newsletter and to who's supporting this channel on Patreon. Special thanks to Will Phillips. Pretty much everything I've come to expect from a JR Limited Express seat was here. A tiny tray for a drink, a button for reclining, a big tray for a meal, 2 drink holders even, a net pouch for your egg sandwich, a button to call an attendant, and a curtain if the sun is in your face. Which it was mostly, but even so, I prefer watching the scenery to shutting it out.
Thunderbird 13号で
Okay, I'm between cars right here. Looking at the little diagram of the train, there are no power plugs on each seat. Only the green car, which is even more expensive than the one I bought, has plugs at each seat. But apparently, every car has plugs at both ends of the car, so if I really had to charge something, I guess I could. I found the outlets. They were on these trays, but they were both covered up by people's gigantic suitcases. Another reason for traveling as lightly as is humanly possible. Stay quick and agile. If you can't carry it on one shoulder, it's probably too much stuff. Okay, rant over. Between the cars were Thunderbird's impressive facilities. This particular train dates from 2001, and despite being over 20 years old, has pretty much every modern touch that newer trains have. Diaper changing table. Of course, how to use the toilet, which I always think is funny. The toilet. Another stand in case you want to stand on here and change your clothes. Baby harness. A little sink, not for drink. And a cool sink with soap, water, and no paper towels. A multi-purpose room for anything. A urinal. No drink machine. Finally, we were at Lake Biwa in Shiga Prefecture. Lake Biwa is one of the oldest lakes on Earth, by some estimates the 13th oldest, same as my Thunderbird train number. It's a freshwater lake and by far the biggest in Japan. It's assumed that it was named for its resemblance to the musical instrument biwa. There's also an old joke that the lake was created when a hole was cut to make the island of Awaji. Small communities and farms, and both summer and winter resorts, dot the lakeside. And Lake Biwa is big, but it's easy to see across its hazy, summery surface today, to the mountains on the other side. We said goodbye to Lake Biwa at its northern point, and the land got mountainous. Everything was vivid green in the bright sunshine, but very cool and comfortable on board the Thunderbird. I had to tear myself away from the view when I realized that it's lunchtime. It's about 40 minutes until we get to Kanazawa, and I've just got time for my lunch here. I have an egg sandwich, or Japanese omelet sandwich, pretzel sticks, a new flavor. This is salt lemon flavor. And of course, my green tea with caffeine. Although I don't need it because I'm excited by the landscape on this. This has been a great landscape ride. So I'm already awake and enthused. But anyway, here we go. Maybe. Ooh, tangy. Oh. Oops. Actually, I just washed my hands in the sink between the cars, and the water is very, very hot. I don't know why. There's no temperature control. It's just always hot, maybe because it's summertime. But it's really nice. It felt really clean to do that with hot water and soap. The landscape in Hokuriku alternated between mountains, fields, and winding rivers. From what I could see, this part of Japan is both rural and thriving. Of course, the ride couldn't last forever, though I wouldn't really have minded if it did. But the train was soon pushing through the city of Kanazawa.
特急サンダーバード13号ご利用くださいましてありがとうございました。金沢終点です。出口右側で7番乗り場です。北陸新幹線鶴木710号富山行き12時31分。
Okay, here it is. We're in Kanazawa Station. First of all, before I talk too much, let me show you a little bit about the green car. See, the green car, a little bit nicer, a little bit bigger seats. I gotta say, the Thunderbird, of all the trains that I've done lately, this one has had the highest percentage of really nice scenery on it, like almost all of it, except for the part where you leave Osaka and it's just urban awfulness. After Kyoto or so, it was really nice. It was all Lake Biwa. After that, it was mountains and valleys, like real green, just kind of low rolling mountains and really nice valleys. After that, closer here to Kanazawa, is like big, long, flat fields with amazingly gorgeous like mountain ridges in the background, all sorts of different shades of gray, green. That was a really, really superb trip. So, thanks for riding along on Thunderbird with me. If you ever come to Japan, if you're ever in central Japan, I would highly recommend this train. If you just like trains, take the Thunderbird if you can. And I'll see you next time.